was the protests around the Dakota Access Pipeline project. And these protests started peaceful and prayerful. They began with, I think, a powerful spiritual intent. There was some incredible historic moments that occurred at the beginning, but by the time Brent and I took office in December, it had evolved into something much differently. And it's important that we respect the right for people to assemble, respect the right of free speech. We do that, but we also said, hey, we've got to understand what the people of North Dakota, and we were working for every citizen in North Dakota. So one of the first things that we did in office is we went down and we spent time listening on Standing Rock. We spent time in the community of Cannonball. We met with ranchers in Morton County and we listened. Sometimes we listen for hours and hours and hours, and I think there's a great lesson here for all of us in the middle of conflict, the power of being able to be present and to listen and really truly understand what was some of the energy and the passion behind this historic event. But from that, we learned that and understood that Standing Rock themselves wanted to have the protest camps closed. And so we worked in partnership with Standing Rock, and we worked across a whole of government approach. And when I say whole of government, by the time we got this thing, by the time the last protester left the camp at 76 days after Brent and I took office, we did engage with 11 different federal agencies. We had help from 22 different states, 4 non-governmental groups, 31 emergency EMAC jurisdictions, 110 local jurisdictions from around the state. In a total, we were coordinating 175 different partnerships to deal with something that was unprecedented in our history. And one of the key things that we had was we were going to resolve it peacefully and we were going to clean it up, because part of the original intention was this was initially about protecting the water. Where the camp was situated, you can see in this aerial photo, was right next to the Cannonball River. This is before the historic snowfall started coming a few weeks later in December. And on the right-hand side of the slide, you see last July. And we got this cleanup achieved before the spring melt and runoff. We were able to keep what was the over 10 million pounds of debris that were left behind in the camp from polluting the Cannonball or the Missouri River. And that also would not have happened without great team effort from our Indian Affairs group, Scott Davis, partnership, his friends and relatives at Standing Rock, the tribal groups that helped us with this cleanup. Huge team effort. And while there is more dialogue to be had about the future of infrastructure in our state, about the impact of industries on the environment. We can have those dialogues as North Dakotans in a peaceful way, and we can have that in a productive way. This is a celebration where we all came together and protected the environment. We're all in the clean water team.